afternoon. So this is my first time using my phone to record with this little mic thingy that I got off Amazon. So I hope this is recording right. Shit. Okay, guys. This is your fictional character Mona Lucia of Mona Lucia Tarot and Reiki. And today I'm just doing some random video because I felt like talking. And I dyed my hair red, guys. I kind of like it. But anywho, this is just a like I said, a random video. I'm going to be talking about various things. Um, the real meat of this video is talking about my progression through 12 step. So, um, so the first thing I wanted to do was just, like I said, this is a random video, catch up video. So, it's been a minute since I put out a video. So, I was just going to share some books that I'm currently reading. Um, Usually I don't read one book. I read like 5 or 6 not at one time, of course, but I'll read a chapter out of one, then go to the next, then go to the next because I'm just, I guess, ADD like that. But so these are some books that I'm reading currently. I'm reading Harry Potter, the first one, The Sorcerer's Stone. This is a really good book. Really good for your active imagination. I love this book. It's been a minute. And it's so funny because anyway, really good book. So another book that I'm reading is called Planetary Herbology. It's about the connection to the planets in herbs or herbs in the planets. But I haven't really started this one yet, so I can't wait to get into this one. I'm also reading a book called Sathir Magic, which Sathir technically is a form of shamanism, not really magic. So if you've heard of Wicca or Wiccans, this is where it originally came from. It was a spinoff of Sathir, which, like I said, Sathir really is shamanism, not magic per se. This is a really good book. I haven't finished this one, but I really like this book. Tagalog for beginners, because I am half Filipino. And growing up, I never knew the language. Hello, dragons. I never knew the language fluently. I could understand it. So I'm doing this for my mom. So, Mom, you be proud of me up there. I'm learning Tagalog. Even though there are so many different dialects in the Philippines, this is one of the major ones, Tagalog. So, yeah. I've also been reading Grimoire for the Green Witch. I got this for my birthday. Yay! Yeah, I'm past my 40s, guys. Yeah, I had a really beautiful birthday. For my birthday, I went to Botanical Gardens in Athens, Georgia. It was my first time going, and it was so, oh my gosh. If you're into herbs and stuff like that, carry you a mason jar. So Grimoire for the Green Witch, I'm currently reading as well. And then since I'm in 12 step, I don't have my 12 step books, but I also got this for my birthday last year. It's called Healing the Trauma of Abuse. So this is it's a you actually, it has like, this is a really good book. So I'm doing this one, and I'm also reading a book called Herbs for You, which it talks about the different herbs, how to take them, what part of the body is it good for. So yeah, I'm doing this whole holistic thing, guys, where I am not, no synthetic medicine. I'm actually trying to grow an herb garden out here by my house, so I can have those. I'm actually probably starting a garden soon, where I want like vegetables, onions. Yeah, I want to start a garden, which I'm going to start on soon. So I'll show you guys that whenever I get everything prepped for that. But yeah, so those were just some books that I have been reading. Also, like I said, the meat of the video was talking about my journey through 12 step. Got to take a sip of coffee. It's black, by the way. I don't do sugar or cream. I love my coffee black, like my soul. So yeah, guys, I don't have a script, so I'm just rambling. But 12 step has definitely been a journey. Um, right now in our class, we are doing what we call inventory. That means cleaning out our closets and actually writing down character defects and things that we're not proud of. And man, I didn't realize how fucked up I was. But I guess that's the process of 12 step. Um, so that's it's been cleaning out my closet hasn't been the easiest thing, but along with the shadow work that I've been doing over the last 2 years, it just all goes together. Um I would encourage anybody who's struggling, it doesn't have to be with a substance, it could be with anything, to get into a 12 step program. They give you the tools needed to work through your character defects, work through your traumas. Um, Nobody's perfect out here. We're all human, we're all struggling. But I do encourage you, if you want to change in your life and you're wondering why you are on a hamster wheel of just messed upness, get into a 12 step program. You'll thank me later. It's the best decision I ever made in my life. Um, One thing about 12 step that I realized is I didn't realize how, man, a majority, and let me go back. So, I have struggled with addiction. I've struggled with things over the years, but that's just a byproduct or a symptom of the thing, right? So I didn't realize that my thing was so connected to my father. Um, I didn't realize how much trauma not only did he cause in my mother's life, but in my life. Um, I'm at a point in my life where I'm not trying to hold back. This is my story. And when I go to talk about my story, nobody is going to tell me about my story. Not even, even if whatever. This is my story. So I didn't realize that the thing that I had buried deep inside, it was, some of it was connected to my mother. I mean, a lot of it was connected to my mother, but daddy issues, man. Um, uh, I just didn't realize, that my father not, how much my father not being there for me growing up, and the times that he was around me, the sexual abuse, the abuse, the abandonment. I mean, he, maybe I'll write a book about it, but I just didn't realize how many symptoms that I had that came from that. Um, not only the terror and the trauma that he put on my mother, but that was handed down to me. Um, to realize, I always tried in my head to hold my father up to a high standard, but to really face the truth about what occurred when I was little, what happened, and what is. I mean, I'm still getting to the healing part, but I'm glad that all of that had to come up. Um, you know, any father that abandons their children is not a real man. I don't care if you're, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. I don't care if you're a head of a police force, if you're in the military, or how macho you are. I feel like what really defines a man is how much he takes care of his family. And so that was something that was really, really hard for me to look at, that my father abandoned his family for that, for his career, for money. But I know I'm just rambling on. There'll be more to come out about all of that. So yeah, 12 step has been a journey thus far, and I'm not done. So, um, I'm just excited to see where life is going to take me once I'm done with it, once my closet is cleaned out. Um, I did go through a bad divorce about roughly 3 years ago. Um, I suffered a lot of trauma or legal abuse syndrome from the court, which I will be coming out more about that since it is a public case. Um, but yeah, just all of that over the past couple of years, it just led me to having to get into a 12-step program. So, but anyway, everything always comes out in the wash. So I'm not really worried about anything, and I know I'm just rambling, but the ones who need to know what I'm talking about, they'll get it. Um, so guys, one thing I wanted to tell you too is always trust the universe's timing. You may think you're in a bad position. You may think that the universe is punishing you. You may think that you're not God's favorite or you did something wrong. But if if you know in your heart, if you know that you have virtue and you know that you tried everything correct, and did everything in the way that you should, be patient. The universe has probably got you in a bad position, or whatever you may the universe may have you in a negative or a bad situation, but I promise you, if you keep your heart in the right place, the universe, it knows what it's doing with you. So what I am trying to say is, for those people out here with good hearts that are struggling, just know, be patient. Be patient. Um, Even in the Bible, I think it's in Matthew. Don't quote me on this, but even in the Bible, the apostles came to Yeshua and said, "God, when? When will you avenge us? When will these people get what they deserve?" And God's always got to remind you it's on His time. It's on His time. So if you keep your heart in this right, I promise you that's looking out for you, and be patient because it has something greater for you than you can ever imagine. You may have lost a love partner. You may have lost someone, may have died. You may have went through financial hardship, or you may be going through it now, but I promise you the universe has got something more grand than you could ever think of. Just hold on. Um, that's why I always like Hannibal Lecter. Like watching movies like Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal never worried for shit. He was always calm and collective because you know, he knew he was going to win in the end. So, um, just trust the universe, and don't panic. Like they say, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't panic and never forget your towel. So, I was going to show you guys some stuff that I got for my birthday. Um, so I am going to let you guys see what I got for my birthday. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some of my art and what I got for my birthday. I do plan on, I just created me an Etsy. A lot of you guys know I love doing art. I love painting. I love making shit. Um, so this is one painting that I've been working on for a minute. I just can't figure out what I'm going to do for the border. But this is one that I've been working on. It's my own personal Major Arcana tarot card of the Empress. You can see number 3 up there. That's another piece of art I did on the wall right here. So let me show you guys. I'm going to show you guys my Reiki in my tarot room. Oh, I want to show you this. So this is something that I made. I made this wreath. Hold on. Can you see it? Right here. I made this. Me and my friend Virginia went to, we gathered some sticks and shit, and I just made this. Isn't it pretty? Okay. So, all right. So, this is my Reiki room here. It's kind of a mess, but I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so for my birthday, I got this cool staff. Yeah. I'm gonna start like making staffs and stuff like that. I want to make me a Gandalf staff. I know I'm weird. So that is actually myrtle wood. So I actually am gonna make a staff out of this one too. It's a willow branch. And then I'm gonna make a staff out of that. So I got that staff for my birthday. I got a teacup too to read tea leaves, but I accidentally left it at my friend's house. But um, let's see. I also got this for my birthday. A lady made this. Isn't it pretty? It's made from its feathers. Let me see. What else did I? Oh, I did. I showed you guys the book that I got for my birthday. But if you want to see some of my art that I do, I actually made this table here. If you can see it, I painted it. It's got Aphrodite on it. I made this table. Um, let's see. Here's another art piece that I'm working on here. I did this art piece behind me, and I did this one that's above my altar. If you like anime, you know where this came from. And I did another one. I have another one that I painted. It's under my altar that I keep. But let's see. I made this not too long ago for my altar. It's just like a gold coin. It has Medusa on there, and it says "Petrify the Patriarchy." Yeah, and then it has the pentacle on the back. So another thing that I'm going to start getting into is refurbishing furniture as well. Let me see. This is a table that I had got at Goodwill and I refurbished it. This is an old piece of furniture right here that I'm about to sand down and do some artwork on it. I got it out of an abandoned building. So I'm probably going to have this up on my Etsy soon. All right, guys. So I hope you liked my birthday stuff, my rambling on, and some of my art. But I know you guys have some of you have been on my website, some of you see my emblem that I have on my business cards and on my YouTube and Spotify. Hold on, let me grab my coffee. So I know some of you guys have seen the sigil that I have that I use, the Lilith sigil. I'm not going to really speak much on that, but there's this lady. I love her music. I love her poetry. Her name is Maya Luna. You should check her out on Spotify. But I wanted to leave you guys with her words. So I'm not really going to get into what Lilith is, who she is, or whatever you've read on Google. I am going to read you some poetry by Maya Luna. It's called The Book of Lilith. I am Lilith. I am your mother, patron saint of the orphaned, queen of the outcasts, guardian of the wound. I am the fire tender, keeper of the sacred flame, the spark of holy origin, protector of the soul. I did not come from rib of man. I am his mother. He descended from my body, as all bodies do. I was molded by earth and clay, birthed from the bottom of ocean. I am the daughter of dirt, beloved of the wind. I am the blood painted on caves, immortal helix of one womb. They say I fell from grace because I did not lie beneath the man. They will say I was banished forever for committing unthinkable crimes. What they do not know is I was given the choice. To sacrifice the flame and live inside a crafted lie, or walk myself into exile and roam the wilderness alone. The choice was clearly given. Something had to be abandoned for something to remain. In my refusal to turn my back on the truth, I aborted myself from Eden, crawled out of the gilded prison. I chose freedom. They hired an immediate replacement, pretended the whole thing never happened. It was a case of mistaken identity. The great she was erased, and his story began. The rib woman took my place. They gave her lines and a gilded golden crown, made her an offer she could not refuse. It was an under the table deal. I was the radical sacrifice. She became the martyr. They barely spoke of me again. I became the black sheep, scapegoat of the world. Now I prowl the edges of the garden, chanting prayers for you each day, waiting for you to notice me, waiting for you to see me as I am. I am Lilith, homecoming of the homeless, mother of all. I am the gospel of receiving, the high priestess of savoring. I am the ecstatic surrender when all weapons are laid down. I am the prophetess of holy nakedness, reality stripped of all its distortions. To cover myself would be an abomination. My body is the doorway to God. I am the guardian of wholeness before the great split. For the great split was my exit from Eden. I escaped swiftly with the flame intact before this world was broken into two. Spirit and matter, God and flesh, woman and man, passion and innocence. I am Lilith, bridge between the split, guardian of wholeness, keeper of the original flame. My knowing is of root and web, conch shell and wave. My body is the emanation of the tree of life. I am prior to emotion and mind. I dwell inside the heart that is deeper than both. I am the underground pulse of the real. I am not even in your vocabulary anymore. They branded me the mother of demons, humanity's problem child. There are rumors that Satan is my husband, that I steal the semen of sleeping men and birth kingdoms of evil. They stamped me with the scarlet letter, spit on my body, used me as a charnel ground to burn the truth dead, erected false gods and fake prophets, committed crimes against my innocence and the innocence of my children, then framed me as the culprit. I took the blame. They say I devour babies in a classic case of projection, for I am the innocence of humanity erased, the magical child of your soul. Some uphold me as a rebel, a fierce goddess of destruction, poster child of empowerment, wild provocateur. They are all mistaken, every last one of them. I am none of these concepts. I am the mirror for the fallen feminine. They cannot see me as I am. The truth is, I am the daughter of dirt, the perfection of chaos, the refuge of no refuge, the one who dances everywhere. I am the unbridled innocence, wild, and the untainted wild innocence. I am the original passion before passion was divorced from the heart. My skin is the flesh of the holy book before the violence of alphabet was known. I am the knowing that the fulfillment of your deepest yearning is closer than your next breath, that the Holy One does not wait for you at the end of a long road. No, rather stalks you as your shadow would, is so close you cannot see it. Let me tell you a secret, why I did not lie beneath him. It was not an act of rebellion. No, it's simply because my language is circle. I am the golden spiral. I refused to be crushed into the linear. It is simply against my true nature. I require the space to swirl my hips. I require the spiral incarnate. This is how I birth love through the circle of devotion. This is how I kept the world from splitting into two. I am Lilith, fruit of wisdom, friend of snake, whisperer of lost scripture, translator of the serpent, the one who knows the supple spine is a doorway to heaven on earth. My flesh is a scroll. I am this truth untold, that your original nature is not sin, no, rather an ecstatic celebration, that no one is coming to save you. You are already saved as you are, that the chalice of remembrance is already here on the edge of your lips, just waiting for you to drink. That every open orifice in the temple of the flesh is a chalice for the holy sacrament, the space where God pours in. That the name of the One dwells within the untamed tongue and blesses those who are brave of heart, who abandon their self consciousness and give in to the naked innocence, who are willing to tremble with shameless tenderness, who will bear the unbearable melting of love's heat, who never holds back and always lets go. I am Lilith, mother of all, patron saint of the orphan, queen of the outcasts, guardian of the wound, keeper of the original flame. My name is not a word, it is a sound of God reverberating in flesh. I am the song released when you let go from the deep, when the body opens from inside. I am the heat of truth in the sacred flame. If you want to know me, say my name.